Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing another Legacy Swiss Cube. Now, I like to throw fire at people's faces, so I'm going to have to try my best to do that, but not given much in that direction with this pack, so I think my option is likely just to Path to Exile. If I go red-white, hopefully I can pick up that War Leader's Helix and Boros charm that's in this cube. Path to Exile is actually perfect. Even though it doesn't throw fire at your opponent's face, it kills something cheaply without giving them life either, which is really nice. Otherwise, Counterspell is definitely a good card as well. And Warhammer is going to be a problem, but I don't mind taking Path, actually. I think that's fine. Okay, and now, well, let's see. War Driver's actually decent. Arc Trail's okay, but not terribly exciting. Archangel, another lifelinker? Jeez. Too many, in my opinion. I'm okay with the War Driver here. He's cheap enough. It's definitely hoping for something better. See if we can't find it. Jeez, did they just take all the burn out of this set? Well, I guess Kiki Jiki has some cool synergies, I guess. Lingering Soul's a good card. Maybe I won't be able to throw fire today. I don't know yet. Bone Shredder's removal. Elspeth's not bad. It's not great either. Lingering Souls is pretty good. I'm going to take the Elspeth. Not really thrilled about that. Alright. Well, Skyfisher has synergies, I guess, with Enter the Battlefield effects, but nothing too interesting right now. Well, maybe I have to do something else. I mean, Seal of Fire is the only spell here that throws fire at an opponent's face, but even then it's not that much. This lets me res, right? It's my graveyard only, but then I get this back. Am I going to have to play a res deck? Maybe. I'll take the Servitude. There's some upside to it. Well, Searing Blaze is good. There's a solid burn spell. Maybe if I just focus hard on picking up burn, I can make it work. Just don't give up. There's an Animate Dead, though, which is nice. If I play res, I need some sort of discard outlet or entomb or something like that. I feel like res is too dangerous. I'm just going to try and focus on burning and see if I can't make the red-white thing work. Even if I'm competing, I'm just going to try my best. Alright, I'm going to take the Kiln Fiend here. I'm going to see if I can just force it and make it work. These packs seemed pretty light in the burn department. Our first, second, and third didn't really. So I guess I should have taken the Seal of Fire, but even that doesn't really interact with Kiln Fiend anyway. Dictate's a pretty good card, especially with Elspeth. But let's take the Kiln Fiend. We're going to make this red thing work. Might have to do a more creature-oriented one, but we'll do it. I'm committing. Elspeth, not exactly a burn, not exactly a burn deck spell. All right, so I imagine we could easily run into some problems here, but if we pick up the Helix, the War Leader's Helix, Lightning Helix, or the other one that I mentioned that's escaping my mind right now, Boros Charm, we're actually looking good. So I could take the Beetleback Chief. Kind of interested in the port. If you're quick creatures, ports can be pretty good, actually. Turn them off of a color. Beetleback Chief and Hammer are reasonable, but I'm going to take the Rashadan port. I guess the Beetleback works better with the War Driver, but that's all right. Here I think I'll take the Peaks. It's also Krenko's Command and Temple, but Peaks is kind of like something I want. All right, Arc Trail, I'll take it, whatever. At least it's tabling, I guess. Let's set aside Elspeth for now. I shouldn't have taken her in the first place, I don't think. But, yeah, I mean, considering how light we were on red in the first couple picks, this isn't that bad. I just really, this is more going to be an experimental draft because I pretty much like playing red decks so much. I think we take this, actually. Kiki Jiki's cool and all, but I actually think War Gear is pretty good for us, especially if we get a lot of creatures. I mean, it's essentially 3 mana to boost your creature for 3, and then it doesn't go away. Your permanent might go away, but we did get the Seal of Fire back, taking it. We're going to pitch fire at our opponent's face. It's going to work out. I think that was a light red pack all around, which is actually okay if no one if it didn't motivate anybody else to move into it. It might actually be okay. Because that might mean these next couple packs have a lot of stuff we're looking for. All right, take the Burning Tree here since we actually have a few. I guess you can't go into the War Driver, but going into the Kiln Fiend and the Marauder is good. And I'm not really interested in the Bombardment. All right, I'm going to take the Dictate because card could be a problem. Last pick Paints here, which is funny because I first picked it in my last draft. And now it's the last pick in this. Yeah. All right, well, we ended up with 11 cards that I'm pretty happy with. I'm on a path that I feel comfortable with. But this deck does definitely need some work. I prefer burn to creatures. So I think we probably take the Helix. Let me look at what else we got. I mean, Storm Breath's good. I do like it, and Devil's Play's not bad either. But I think I'm going to take the Helix. I'd rather just take the full-on burn spell. That's nice and gains life and kills things. Ideally we table a Storm Breath, but we'll see. All right, Hellkite's pretty strong. I mean, I probably consider it stronger than Storm Breath, I think. I don't know, though. Kind of want the Searing Spear. There's a Johnny Vengeant in here, which is really good, too. Gains life, too. I certainly don't want to play against it. It doesn't tap things down. People have to keep that in mind. It does just make things unable to untap. But it does do it to lands, which is kind of nice. I kind of want this Searing Spear. Think I could table it? Probably not. I mean, I guess a Johnny Vengeant does the same thing as Searing Spear for 2 more mana, one of which is colored. That's kind of challenging, actually. I think it's probably in our best bet to just take the Searing Spear, since this deck needs a lot of cheap burn to really function. I really do like the Johnny Vengeant, but remember, Searing Spear also interacts positively with Kiln Fiend. You can do nasty things. Play a turn 2 Kiln Fiend, burn your dude, get in for huge amounts of damage. I guess I take the Spear. Alright, here's another burn spell for us. I'll take the Searing Blood. Phoenix is not bad, but I'd still rather have the Searing Blood. And Battlefield Forge would be nice, but I'm just taking burn. Just going to burn face, man. Just burn in face. Here's a War Leader's Helix. Taking that. If we got a Vortex, that would be cool. But we'll see. At least our first pick looks alright in this deck. Path is still pretty good. 1 mana to deal with that lifelinker that's going to beat us. It's not bad. War Gear is not necessarily bad. If we can get like Goblin Guide and stuff, it's going to be a lot better. I think we take the Temple. I actually like the Ash Cloud Phoenix, but I'd rather have a little bit of... Oh, never mind. Taking it back. Shrine of Burning Rage all day, baby. Yeah, Shrine of Burning Rage is awesome. That's a tough card. That's a tough card to pass when every spell in your deck, with the exception of Path, is a... And I guess Grafted War Gear is a red spell. Oh, unfortunately, Boros Charm and Char in the same pack. I guess I'd rather have Boros Charm since it doesn't have to deal damage to me. But then again, it also takes a white source. I want them both. I want them both. But I'm going to take Boros Charm. It's got more versatility too. I guess it also has more color requirement, but whatever. How many? There's 10 picks in here. I mean, I could take the Char and hope that the Boros... it's probably more likely the Boros Charm tables, right? Or is it more likely the Char tables? I'll take the Charm. Incinerate it is. It's also a Porcelain Legionnaire, but Burn Spell trumps. Alright. Well, we are very 2-drop heavy, which, by the way, is not an issue, in case you were curious. I have absolutely no problem running infinite 2-drop deck. You can get away with 16 lands pretty easily. Granted, we don't have any white fixing currently, and we have all the white spells I wanted to pick up. We literally have every single white spell I wanted to pick up, which is Helix, Helix, and Charm. Alright, here's a Stoke the Flames. I'm definitely taking that. Prophetic Flame Speaker's in here as well, but no. Taking the Stoke. I'm stoked to have it. This pack worked out really well, considering I was kind of in a... I was starting to second guess myself after a few picks of pack 1, but we tabled everything that I was second guessing in pack 1, and then pack 2 has been remarkably good to us, so... Just a few more burn spells, and we've got ourselves full-fledged burn. I mean, we are already close to that. We have 4 creatures, so it looks like Wargear's probably getting booted out of this deck. But if I can open a Vortex now, Sulfuric Vortex, and we are right back into the ultimate burn deck. But, I mean, this deck is my style. Throw fire at your opponent's face is exactly what you want. Or at least exactly what I want. I'm excited to have Shrine too. This is really that's a really strong card. They need to remove this, or else this just ticks them down. What I love about Shrine of Burning Rage is you're just watching it slowly develop into just this ultimate burn spell. I guess I can take Devil's Play. Not likely to play it. So there's something I'd almost rather get rid of a Dismiss, because I want to resolve all my burn spells on their turn, and I really don't feel like I'm going to need a Devil's Play. I think I'm going to hate a counterspell that draws. There's really no reason Green Sun goes that late. This card is just insane. I really think Green Sun's probably a first pick a lot of the time. The reason being, for 2 mana, search up your Birds of Paradise. For 8 mana, search up your Balmy Threat. Like, it never made sense to me why Green Sun would go late. I guess if no one's in green, it makes sense, but Green Sun's a really Really, really strong card. All right, got the Phoenix back, which is kind of nice. I'll take it. And I mean, this is definitely a Phoenix deck. Everything we have brings it back from our graveyard, so still not thinking we're going to use this Grafted War Gear, but all of our other creatures are playable. I would, I would, I would trade my creatures for more burn spells, though. So let's see if we can't do that in pack 3. Just get a full-fledged burn, in which case I guess we don't even run Teetering Peaks, but I guess there's no way that Chandra's Phoenix doesn't make this deck. It's too good. Kiln Fiend seems like it likely makes this deck. That's probably too good to not run in a deck like this that just burns and makes him huge. I mean, if you ever resolve 2 spells in one turn and get in with him, that's just too much for them to keep up with. Could take the Badlands, I guess, if there was a Black Splash I want to do, but there's not. Scorched Rusalka just doesn't look very good in here. Doesn't look like something I'm going to want. So I guess I'll take the Badlands, but I can't think of a black spell I'd really want to. Let me move these. Oh, we got the... It's actually a pretty nice late pickup, to be honest, because we could easily play Ash Cloud in here. It's not a bad card at all. 4 mana, 4 power, flying, with additional abilities. This card's just really good. Really annoying to play against, too. Alright, Rootbound Crag, take it. Likely not playing it, but there was some reason to. There's really no reason to play it at all, even with Burning Tree. It's just no reason. In fact, I'm going to say make a separate layer. And these are lands that currently don't do anything and lands that I'd like to play. Alright, well, Spike Shot's a card, but likely not playing that either. So we have an entire pack to pick up 3 to 4 cards. And that's definitely where you want to be. So this deck is already essentially done. It just needs 3 to 4 more actual spells, and it's good to go. I'm not really sold on the Arc Trail in here, but I mean, there's some fine ramp creatures that are highly playable, like Tree Speaker and Findhorn and Elves of Deep Shadow and all sorts of dudes, Noble Hierarch. So, I mean, Arc Trail's got some functions, but ooh, well, I would say Rabblemaster's pretty good, but Slagstorm might actually be just the nut where we're at, because the beauty of Slagstorm is it hits creatures, obviously, but it also hits players. So the fact that you can burn with it is pretty insane. Rabblemaster's pretty insane too, though. Rabblemaster's also very good with War Driver. It seems a little out of place in this deck since we're going for the more burn route. So I think I am going to take the board wipe that also burns opponents' faces. Not very good with the Kiln Fiend, admittedly, but my hope is that we just end up with straight up burn deck, so it won't even matter. Slagstorm will just be face burn or board wipe, which a burn deck definitely wants. A board wipe is not to be overlooked. And the duality of it is just so perfect for this deck, where it's like kill everything or kill my opponent, both of which are very good. I do like the Rabblemaster though, but I'm going to take the Slagstorm. All right, Pyromaster's reasonable. If I had shuffle effects, top would be good, but I really don't. War Marshal is some dudes, but not really looking for that. Can take the Chandra. She's not bad. She gets rid of blockers, but that's really not what we're needing, to be honest. Unfortunately, there's just not much at all that we need in this deck. Or in this pack, rather. War Marshal because it's a 2-drop, but even then it's not that good. I'm not going to be paying Echoes. But like I said, Chandra's not that good either. Maybe I can find shuffle effects if I take top. I really just don't think Pyromaster is very good in here. I don't think top's all that good either, by the way, but I just don't think I'm playing either of those red cards. Okay. Cackler is at least a 1-drop. Fire Fist Striker seems like it'll never be active. I think we probably just take the 1-drop. If it gets in once or twice, you're looking good. Could take the City of Brass, actually. We currently have no white fixing, so I guess that makes sense. See if we table the Cackler. There's a Lightning Strike for us. And, oh, Master, geez. Yeah, we're just going to take the Lightning Strike. I think that much seems obvious. Oh, there's our Vortex. That just made the deck. Wow. Wasteland in here, Lavamancer, beautiful cards, but Vortex. Most powerful red deck wins card. Let's cut the top already, I think. Not making it. Well, as soon as I said that, here is a Scalding Tarn, which would be a shuffle effect, but I still don't think we likely have enough. I don't think Bushwhacker makes the deck. We just don't have a lot of tokens and stuff that benefits from it. Could take the Ancient Grudge, and then the Rootbound Crag becomes more useful. It's an actual out against, like, well, not only does it destroy our shrine, so it's good defensively to take it, but actually, I guess we have to take the Curse Scroll, don't we? Curse Scroll's too good, I think, to pass up. It's actually a way to beat a bunch of different decks, too, like Control. So I'm going to take the Curse Scroll, because it probably makes the main deck, too. Keep that in mind. So Pillar, and there's a Reckoner here, too. Reckoner's pretty good. Let me think. Let me look at our deck, see what we're cutting for a Reckoner. I don't really need the Burning Tree all that much. If I take Pillar, why am I taking Pillar? I'm taking Pillar because it does exile things, which can be useful. It's a cheap burn. Another way to bring back Phoenix, and let's cut the War Gear actually now. And that way, I guess I think I take the Pillar. All right, there is a Fire Drink Crusader in here, but more interested in the Firebolt. And then I cut probably the War Driver over the Emissary. War Driver's looking really not useful in here. Whereas Emissary can at least get me... Emissary can at least power out a burn spell as well as a creature, or double creature, ideally. And Satyr's okay too, but let's just go for the pure burn deck. Alright, well I could have had another fetch, I guess, so there is that. I probably want to do 16 lands with this deck still, I think. What's my next cut? Because I don't think I'm playing Crater's Claws, even despite the Ash Cloud Phoenix synergy. I don't think I need a Carplusan Forest either. Guess I take the Mire, but well, actually deck thinning. It's not that. I might just play it for deck thinning, because I don't think we're gonna need the top. Now that I look at this, and one shuffle effect is probably not enough to run it in my mind. Reclamation Sage is a way to get rid of our Vortex, so I think I'm going to hate that because I'm just not playing the War Marshal. So we'll take the Sage, hate it. Here's a Cackler that came back. Fire Fist Striker did not get any more useful. Could just take the Cackler and cut a Borderland Marauder. I'd rather pay 1 mana for a 2/2 than 2 mana for a 3/2. That's a world of difference in my mind. Getting it down on turn 1. Shieldred can be pretty good. I don't think I'm splashing for Aristocrat despite having a Mire and a Badlands. Well, maybe it's worth considering. I don't think we're doing it though. And then I guess an Avalanche Rider for land destruction. And we got a Bushwhacker. All right. Well, good news, guys. This deck may actually be better than that first one I ran. Although our white fixing is pretty atrocious. We have City of Brass only. That's pretty low, admittedly. But do I want to do 16 lands in this deck? I'm not sure I do. The cards that benefit from higher land counts would be our 4-drops. But if I play 16 lands, I'm definitely playing City of Brass. Definitely playing the Mire. I'd like to play the Port. Teetering Peaks, I don't think it's going to make it. And none of these are going to make it. So if I play 17 lands, Port is kind of like an extra spell, which is not the best, but I mean, we're fairly color intensive. Excuse me. All right. If we separate, look at the creatures we've got so low. I kind of don't want to do 16 lands, but I see the argument for it. It's just like, I feel like I'm forcing in a suboptimal card to do it. Like, I could just play the Marauder too, but I feel like we can much more easily just burn our opponent out. I'm a little more tempted to cut the Marauder and play the Rishadan Port as a spell, which I think is okay. I think we're going to play Rishadan Port as a way to keep our opponents from doing things early while we... But I guess the problem with Port in a burn deck is you need the resources to tap their land as well as still burn something, which you can't always do. I think Port works a little bit better when you have a heavy creature output. I mean, that being said, I probably still could easily play Port in here. But do I want to? I mean, if you look, we have a lot of double red, and we have white that we need to find. Port might not be good enough. If I wasn't, I think, like I said, I think if Port, like if it was a wasteland, it feels like it would make more sense in this deck. But since it basically eats up 2 of my resources, I feel like it's going to be much more difficult to burn. So if I cut the Port, then I guess I can much more easily do 16 land. So if I do that, then I can probably play a Marauder, which I think I'd rather play than the War Driver because of the Burning Tree. So I can go Burning Tree into Marauder on turn 2 and then protect it with Burn. So that's a pretty quick, it's a pretty nice board progression. All right, so then we're definitely playing the Mire, and we're playing the City of Brass for our white. And so I need 4 more white sources probably, because I need to be able to resolve these. And if I play 4 more white sources, I still have a ton of red. So this is 5 sources of white, 11 sources of red. I mean, that seems pretty adequate to me. Yeah, so overall, I mean, this deck looks really good. It's got infinite burn. It's got Curse Scroll, which really does work well against some control decks that just want to outlast all your burn spells. It's nice to be able to just empty your hand and then burn them out with Curse Scroll. I think that's pretty good. Like I said, there are some decks that just stall a really long time, so Curse Scroll can be nice if they can, if they get past all your spells and you're left with an empty hand, Curse Scroll can be really good. All right, I think I'm running it like this. This is definitely my style, so I guess we'll see how we do. We'll see you around one.